All right, all right. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Devil platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High, Ahaya has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall, and I will rest therein. I want to go with you again to some things are going on here, and that's all right too. I'm going to give him the glory and the praise when it's all said and done. So I say again to you all, this is part 2 of Until Thou Are Destroyed. And I was had some issues. I'm not going to even say I had some issues. There were some issues going on somewhere that shut me down in a way I have never seen before. But that's all right. I'm back up. Part 2, Until Thou Art Destroyed. And I want to say this. I was speaking on what had taken place in this dream last night. And when it was said, when I had awakened, I really felt really sorry. Remorse. I'm not remorse, but just so sorry, so hurt. But it was the type of hurt that still gave my Father the praise and the glory. And it was almost like, you know, you can handle this. You can handle this. I'm gonna tell y'all something. The reason why I don't allow people to tell me who he is because he's proven himself to me to be all that answer. I don't, it, I could not see myself giving someone the power and the glory and the honor that they are all that and some, and he just secondary because I can see you. You teaching me. You preaching to me. You with me. I can hear you. I can speak to you and you can speak to me. My Father is entitled to any and every and all glory on the face of the earth and in the heavens, and all praise and all honor on the face of the earth and in the heavens, not the flesh of men and women. I was speaking on part 1, and I got totally shut down. That's all right. The Father one thing he taught me. I'm gonna tell you what he taught me. He said, "Now, you know I've given that midnight hour some days, right? So you're gonna see it. I'm not gonna tell you it and let you know it without allowing you to see it from the way I have suffered it to be." To say this, it shut me off. I looked at it. I said, wait a minute. Wow. First time. The way that it shut me off. I never experienced that. But so much for that. As long as I am enlightened by the light of what it is. Now, I was speaking on part 1 of Until Thou Art Destroyed. I was speaking on the dream that I had. And the dream that I had, I felt that I had to, the dream, I'm telling you what the dream said in the dream. It was telling me that you're going to tell somebody. And I was like, oh, the hurt in the dream was not just this person that I saw that had deceased, that had died, but the hurt, it was like, you need to tell somebody. And I was battling with that because I was really battling with that in the dream. And next thing I know, I woke up. And when I woke up, it was sorrow right there in my heart. And the main thing I thought about was what I seen and what it said. You have to tell somebody. You know, I've been battling with that today because I have to go before the individual as well as another loved one, and speak these sort of things, speak this dream unto them. Do you know how hard that is? It's real hard. But that's what's created in you. That's the gift that he has birthed in you. That's that power I tell you all about that he has placed in you so you can have the strength to be about his business. You see? I did. I contacted the individual that was in the dream. But the first one I contacted, I was speaking to the family member, and the family member was so glad to hear from me, was so happy. And I said some things to the family member, and they were just so happy and just was thanking God for what I had said to them. And you know what I said? Oh, I can't tell. I can't tell. How am I going to mix good news with bad news? That's what I was saying, y'all. How am I going to tell her now? We said so much. And that wasn't the reason why I was calling. To where so much good things were said, I didn't know how to break the ice or to bring in the dream. So I didn't tell the individual about the dream because we had said so many things and she was so happy. And I didn't just want to come in and then tell her this here. And I'm going to tell you why. So I decided to call California. Let me tell y'all how strange this is. This individual I saw here in Missouri about 7 months ago, family member, and he was just here to visit. It was just a one-day visit, okay? But he went back home, which is California. So I called him today because he was the one that was in the dream. And when I said to him, how you doing? Oh, hey, so happy to hear me. Oh, he was so happy to hear me. I say, everything's okay. I said, everybody here is okay. Everything's doing good. I said, how's everybody there? He said, everybody's doing good. Everybody's doing great. I said, oh, okay. And I said, yeah, I was just calling to make sure everything was okay because I had this dream. You know what he said to me? He said, everything is wonderful here. And nope, I ain't dead. I ain't dead, nor am I dying. That's what he said. Now you got to understand, we normally communicate maybe once a year, give or take, maybe once every 2 years. So he was so happy that I called. And when he said that to me, I kind of took a back seat. It's like, but guess what he said to me? You know what? I used to tell people when they would communicate with me, I used to tell people, and I don't know, I know why I said it because that's the way I felt. When people communicate with me in time past, I used to tell them, well, you know what? I've been in the cage. I've been in the cage for a mighty long time. That's the way I felt. Because things people would say to me, I'm like, where was I? When did that happen? You know? You got to be kidding me. When did they do that? You know? So I always say that I've been in the cage. I think I said that probably about good 12 years. I always say I've been in the cage, somewhere in the cage, away from everybody, society and everything. That's how I felt, y'all. Because some things that people would say and talk about, I'm like, what? That happened to you? When? What? You know, I'm always in that mindset that, wait a minute, when did that happen? What? You know, shocked to what I'm hearing. So when I called California and we made those connection, and he said, is everybody there okay? Ain't nothing wrong, is it? I said, no, everything's good. Everybody's doing okay. And then I said to him, I said, because I just had the dream and I just felt so compelled to give you a call. And you know what he said to me? I had to been in the cage. Even though I know I told you all I've been doing this since I was a little girl. He said, no, I'm not dead and I'm not dying. Ain't nothing happened. That's what he said to me. Out of nowhere. He said, I'll never forget when I was a little boy. Oh my God. I'll never forget when I was a little boy. You used to tell Mama dreams. And Mama took those dreams serious. This particular day, he said, I think he said he was 8. Mama came to the front door and grabbed him, told him, where you been? And he said, Mama chewed him out. Because he said that Mama said, Booby had a dream that something was going to happen to you. And you out there and I didn't tell you to go. And I still remember that. Mama always took your dreams serious. You see that? So what that lead me to believe and to understand, I never figured out why people always been afraid of me. People who didn't even know nothing about me, never dealt with me, never came around, never lived around me, but yet they had is something about them that always was afraid. And that's when I said I was 58. I asked the Father, what is that? I said, what is that? And I was crying, y'all. I was crying. I was, ooh, boy. I was up on y'all and I was just talking to you. What is, I'm 58 years old and I still don't understand. Why do people act like they're afraid of me? And when he broke that thing down, he said, I got a hedge around you. They couldn't figure out what it was. It been around you since you was a little girl. So the only thing that they could do but be afraid of what they could not see. But they knew something was there. And now, I'm going to tell y'all, my father broke that thing in my spirit so deep, I was like, well, this what? I just couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. But guess what? The reason why I couldn't figure it out is I never thought of a hedge around me. I thought that I was anointed by Yah and that I was in the midst and that people could see my light. Because some places I would go, they would say, well, baby, you got a light about yourself. Even not heathens, Gentiles. Man, you got a glory about yourself. I mean, that's how my life has been. This has happened to me. But I never knew anything about a hedge around me. But that's what the Father told me. He had a hedge around me. He said, and you never gave it a thought why you didn't get on everything that everybody else got on. You didn't do what everybody else was doing. You only did what I suffered your life to walk in and walk out of. I couldn't figure it out, y'all. Just like I couldn't figure out why was I'm giving, and not looking for nothing in return. It just my whole life has been that. And I'm trying to figure out what was that for? You know what? So these things that was revealed to me, because when I said to people that I don't know nothing about prejudice, people treating you with racist and all that. I don't know nothing about that. It wasn't done to me. You see? Now, hear me now. When it was done to people of my complexion, Sister Deborah stepped in every time, even though it didn't have nothing to do with her. Non-tolerant. I have always been non-tolerant. I don't give a rat's behind what degree you got. I don't care if you're a director, you're an owner, you're a CEO, or whoever you are. Don't disrespect nobody in the midst of me. And I let them know just like that. I just never dealt with it. Like I never deal with being afraid. I don't go on jobs. I never went to jobs and say, well, look, this application page is no. You got my resume. This is what I would accept. You don't give me anything. This is what I would accept, my pay right here. I never settled for what someone tell me as if, like you would say, in the slave mentality mindset of many of our people, even to today. You know how they say when someone become a boss, our people, they do their people wrong and all. Baby, they would never make me a boss because I shoot everything down that's unjust and unrighteous. I didn't play, y'all. And you know what? I never got caught up on the color. I did. But about that dream, when he said that to me, I realized how important it is and why it was important to let someone know. To let someone know. And we went on talking about things back in when we were little and young and things we did and everything. And at the end of it, I went right back to that dream. And he said, no, all is good. I'm not dying. Ain't nothing going to know that you had the dream. And, this is what he said. Shocked me for him to say it like that. And even say that mama used to hear your dreams all the time. And this particular time, you told her something was going to happen to me. And she was waiting for me at that door. I said, see, I didn't even know that she was waiting for him at that door. I never thought that my mother took my dreams and visions serious. Now I know now because of what she said to me, but I never knew that to the capacity where my brother knew that I was one that has dreams and visions. See, I didn't know my siblings knew all that. I had no idea. But if he knew, that's what my oldest sister, both of my oldest sisters knew too. Because it was mentioned to me, but I didn't think they really, him saying what he said opened up a whole new can of worms with me understanding you are who I said that you are, not who nobody else think you are. You are, and you ain't that because of who you are today. You were this before yesterday. I birthed this in you. And that it is. So it is real hard for me, and it's going to be, and I'm going to never let loose of the fact that I would never, ever let a man nor woman tell me who I am in y'all. No, you're not going to tell me his name and it's going to be the way you see it. I've already seen his power. Have you seen him face to face, or do you know what face to face means? No, 99 million don't. But then they're going to tell you who he is by name. When did Yeshua HaMashiach die for you and you only to know the name? And everybody don't know nothing. I didn't even hear Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Hey, David, where's the name? Solomon, where's the name? For people to be cutting up from the floor up in the land of their captivity, saying they know it all. They got it nailed. Only thing Sister Deborah can say to you, I got nailed. I got it nailed. Spirit and truth and the light and that power I knew about. Anything else? I'm not going to sit here, because to me, if his spirit comes, he didn't live in Abraham. He didn't live in David. Wait a minute. Hold up, Solomon. Wait a minute. Isaiah, you didn't get his spirit in you. Hey, you didn't get it, Jacob. Jeremiah, you didn't get the spirit in you. Isaiah, where's the spirit? Was it in you or upon you or in your midst? Hey, Ezekiel, did you have the spirit in you or upon you? Well, Sister Deborah is a living prophet today. And he lives in me with all his greatness that he say. Greater is he that is in thee, Deborah, than he that is in the world. The world can't tell me nothing. Because the great one that lives in me is greater than the world and anybody else that claim that they're greater than he is. Okay, so much for that. Going back to the vision and dreams, what is happening with Sister Deborah is a change. The change is happening to Sister Deborah big time, y'all. I mean, like big time, big time. Whew. Things are happening where I'm seeing and seeing. I'm not seeing on down the road. I'm seeing and seeing. Things are being put in my face like this. You see? It ain't no more like this. It's like this. You see? So that lead me to understand we have switched over somewhere. Something I missed. Somewhere something has been switched over. Something has changed in the spiritual realm. And with that being said, we ain't where we were yesterday, y'all. Even though we proclaimed like we know it all yesterday, as if there's nothing to know today. That's a lie from the pit of hell, which men and women are sending people in that direction. Now, what is happening is I'm starting to see things and bam, there it is. It's happening like a blink of an eye. So that's hard for me because I'm trying to be careful in what I'm seeing. Be careful in what you're seeing in the spirit realm, Deborah. Because I don't want to see in the natural and take it as spiritual. And what it's doing is almost like trying to get me to understand that, wait a minute, you passed that stage. You've been dreaming and vision since a little girl. You passed that stage. You know what spirit. You know. So it's a form of trying to run from it and deny it. But the truth be told, that's why it's coming to me. Seeing something in the vision and dreams, and bam, there it is. It's kind of sad because people never thought that, no one ever given it any thought, and they won't. I'm not looking for you and nobody else to give it any thought because, hey, no one seems to give it a thought that, okay, why would Ahiah send his servants? What would be the purpose outside of a mission out of his own heart? And what would it be for a person, an individual that's mission and ordained, predestined, and know they're calling, for someone else to come along and tell them, no, you ain't got it, or you ain't got the name right, or you ain't got this right. You see, that shows you how Satan, I said an example. You see how I was sitting here talking to you all, telling you about this dream, and all of a sudden, wham, the thing went off. See, I can recognize Satan. So when I see it's working in the flesh of men and women, I can recognize that too. You see? So it ain't something that he's giving me. See, he's not going to send you from the heavens on a mission without the tools to work with. That's not who he is. Not only he going to give you the tools to work with, he going to make sure he is greater in you than he that is in the world. So you don't have time to be caught up in the nonsense that's going on in the world, because you're so busy seeing things in the spirit realm. You seeing this over here and you seeing this in here, and you like, which way? That's where we at today. That's where we at. So I'm starting to see things for what it is. And I'm going to tell you why. My oldest daughter, my youngest daughter, and my youngest son went to Mexico. Somewhere along the line, I think it was like the second day they were in Mexico. They didn't communicate with me, and I didn't communicate with them. I just let them do them. They know I was totally against them going, but go. But first thing I said, and I know I didn't say this. I'm just finna show you in the spiritual realm. China throwing up all over the place. And I said, what about China throwing up all over the place? That's the youngest daughter. I'm trying to figure out, what about China throwing up all over the place? It didn't make sense to me. I kicked it to the curb. So as time go on, they got back in Saturday morning, I think, somewhere in there. And the first thing that I heard was a lot of things that had taken place. And then Sunday, it was said to me, yes, so-and-so got sick, and she was throwing up all over the place, which is the same one. And I'm like, see that? Father, you always nailing it. Now see how powerful the power of Yah is. That he cares for you so much that he's willing to allow you to know every step of the way. Every step of the way. So when Sister Deborah is talking about every step of the way. Now, 2 days into Mexico, it came to me. China's throwing up all over the place. On Sunday, they got back Saturday. On Sunday, it was told to me, China got sick and she was throwing up all over the place. I said, now, Father, you hitting it real close, ain't you? I said, you scaring me. I told him, you scaring me now, because everything is starting to be as I see it in the spirit realm, as it thought, the thought. And I'm not talking about natural, the spiritual mind. Why? Reason why that dream last night was to prepare me in the flesh mind. But what shall happen in reality? That's the comforter. He prepares you from the inside out to be ready for what shall be. That's why it's coming to me, to prepare me from the outer man, because the spirit man has seen it already. Now I have to, the spirit man in me has to prepare my flesh man for it actually coming to play. When I saw my daughter, my spirit man was warning me that my daughter was sick and throwing up. How did I know that it was 100? I thought it, I shoved it, I threw it away. Sunday, he said she started throwing up. I don't know what day she threw up, but when I had the vision of her throwing up, that was on a Tuesday. So on a Sunday, when they already back home, my son revealed that to me, that China got sick and she was throwing up all over the place. See what kind of creator I serve. You see his power. So what do I look like falling somebody that's keep up a lot of crap, talk about he say, she say mess, and I'm going to follow your way. Anybody that follow a woman or a man that's keeping up, he say, she say, you's a fool, and you're going to always be a fool and deceive at the same time, and you're heading to the broad gate. Because you cannot think that you can teach people to believe your way or no way. No. What Sister Deborah gave you, I'm always giving you the power of my Father, his light, his spirit and truth. And you know what? I'm sitting here telling y'all how he done walked me in his ways. And if you don't get it, then you just ain't gonna get it. Because you know what? Every time he sent a prophet, he never sent another one to correct the first one. He don't run no that way. He send you his best. And if his best not good enough for your flesh, that's on you. He ain't sending no another one. And that's why we're in the day and the hour in which we're in today, where people don't even understand. You ain't getting no another one. Ain't no another one coming. They ain't coming. So again, I say, anything, and this, Sister Deborah talking though. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm talking, and I'm taking you deep into spirit and truth. But the truth of the matter, it don't feel good, child. It does not feel good. It's not something that feels good. So it ain't nothing to be boasting and bragging and uplifting. I'm just showing you my Father's power. And he don't have to answer to you, me, or nobody to reveal his power in nobody. But he ain't going to give somebody all the authority to say they know the name and they have no power. Kick rocks deep. Now, today I was dealing with also, because I was already feeling bad, y'all. I was feeling bad that I had to, and guess what, y'all? I still have to go back over to Mom's and tell her, oh, Father, yeah, it's going to be okay. Mama always was the one to hear my dreams as a young girl. So that's what the confirmation is when the brother said to me, my mother always used to take heed to those dreams. She took them serious. And guess what? I didn't know that. So that brings a closure as well. That brings a full closure. That see, all that time, people put you in the black box. They knew what that black box was, and they knew who was in it. Never having a hard time though. Never having nobody bothered me. Nobody bothered me. And I'm gonna go and give that credit back to that right hand power. He had a hedge around me for one thing, but ain't nobody bothered me. Okay. Now, you remember when he said, we are the light that's set up on a hill that cannot be hidden. Come on now. Come on, go with me there. Go with me. Wouldn't you think that's deep? A light that's set up on a hill that cannot be hid? What that light doing up on that hill? That's spirit and truth, y'all. A light that's set up on a hill that cannot be hidden. That's spirit and truth. Cannot be hidden. That's what we are to be. That's what we should have been. We shouldn't be what we are portraying today. We're supposed to be that light up on the hill. Want me to show you how deep that light is? Want me to show you how deep that light is? That light is deep. He said, you are the light to the Gentiles. You see how messed up we are from the floor? What have we done to show them that we are the light? He didn't say because you in captivity, you couldn't show that light. If he said his word, if he said that we are the light, who gonna take that from us? Huh? Who's going to take that from us? If we are, if and only if you are the light that's set up on the hill that cannot be hidden. If and only if you are the light to the Gentiles. That's the way he had orchestrated it. These melanated people today in this country, they so deep out of the order of your Father to it's sad. Why don't they teach that? Why don't they preach that? Since they got the name so nailed to the wall. Why not? The light that is set up on a hill that cannot be hidden. What about you are the light to the Gentiles? How can you be light to the Gentiles and hate your brother, hate your sister? Always have wicked thoughts and wicked mindset against even the very elect that Father said he sent down to be his servant. How could you be a light to anything? You ain't been a light to the world. You ain't been a light that's set up on a hill. Just because you in your land of your captivity don't mean you can't be the light that's set up on the hill. Let me say another example. And he says a light to the Gentiles. What did Sister Jackie just tell y'all? I didn't even know what racist was. Oh, they treating us like this and they treating us like this. Places I go, they will tell me. But when it was applied to me, I don't know what that's like, y'all. Go back to what he said. You are the light that's set up on a hill that cannot be hidden. So when people walk around, especially, it was really years ago too, they used to say it a lot. Ma'am, you got a glow about yourself. You got a light about yourself. Oh, man, you got a nice light about yourself. I'm serious, you guys. The light of Yah always, in time past, shine through me. What did I tell you about? I don't know nothing about blacks treating whites and white treating black. Yeah, I heard it on TV. Roots. I saw Roots. I heard it on TV. I've heard it in workplaces. But when I stepped on the scene, it was never seen. They would never let the people, they would never let me see the way they treat the people. I ain't got no sense no way. I ain't got no sense no way. Because sometimes the people will say, well, Miss Deborah, they don't do you like that. I don't see them talking to you like. Come on now. Come go with Sister Deborah what she's talking about. So this is what I'm saying. You think I would take my life and listen to some wannabe tell me who's who and what's what and how to say it and how to dress, how to look and how to eat? Kick rocks. If I want to eat an elephant, oh, tell you what, if I want to eat a pig, I eat a pig. Because you want me to tell y'all something? They got y'all bent and messed up from the floor. Yes, eating a pig will mess your body up. That's why he's warning you not to eat it, because Deborah, I didn't create it for you to eat it, so don't eat it. But if the truth be told, come on, go with me, Deborah, to Genesis chapter 1. You see down in Genesis chapter 1, 27 to 28, I said I made herbs for you to eat from the ground. And it wasn't after the curse. It was before in my perfect will. So where is the meat? See, they don't want to go there. Oh, no, they want their lambs. Oh, they want they steaks and they certain things that they want to say is okay. But the truth be told, let me tell y'all something that people don't understand. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Okay, we do know that. But y'all knows that he ain't got no dealings with this flesh. Meaning, this flesh is already assigned and it knows to the ground. If I say that you shouldn't eat this, don't ever let it be based on a monkey mouth person telling you what you can eat and you cannot. Use faith and trust that if I say don't eat it because this is not what is good for you, because I didn't create it for you, do it based on what I said Ahaya. Not around here gripping the hem of these men fringes and these women wrapped hair. You can't grip them because they ain't gripped y'all. And you running around here chasing them. Chase them. Go right ahead. It's all right. It's all good. Chase them. So right here when it says you are the light, the light that is set upon a hill that cannot be hidden. Praise the mighty God. You are the light to the Gentiles. You know what? Male or female, I don't give a rat's behind who you are. You better recognize. And you know what? Because of Yah and who he is in me so great, he makes sure they recognize I ain't the one. Praise the mighty Yah. Thank you, Father Yah. Because if it had not been for you, you know I ain't got no sense. You know, Father, I ain't got no sense. I don't have no sense at all. And I don't care. But catch me on the other side in spirit and truth. You're going to be messed up from the floor. Okay? Now, there is an issue going on with the NAACP. Well, Sister Deborah is telling y'all about visions and dreams and the gifts that y'all has instilled in me. I'm to see straight through these things. And as a prophetess, one that can judge situations, what more can you ask for on this nasty earth? Okay? Now, there's an issue with the NAACP, and they're talking about a ban so that we as melanated people would not enter into Florida, to really not consider. You all, I'm going to say this here to you all, and the moment you embrace it in Yah take you to a level you ain't never been to. See, that's the problem. Yah will not and have not taken many nowhere. You know why? Because they can't get out of being stuck where they at and what they believe, what they receive, and what they willing to accept. Why? Because they got an issue with their feelings and their emotions. That's the problem. Oh, no, That's where the problem rests. Now, this NAACP are wanting to have a ban, in a sense, trying to keep up confusion with the mayor, I believe, in Florida regarding him banning certain things in the history books and trying to have certain rules and guidelines regarding what is taught in the history books and what is going to be in history books. I want to tell y'all something. There is no gift from the heaven for you to override a curse. And that's what's happening to your people. They have disrespected your father so bad. They have dishonored the Most High so bad to where they don't give a rat's behind if you recognize that they don't have for him. When you respect the Father, you respect where he have you today and where he's going to bring you tomorrow. Because you look at today and say, I'm just here for temporary. He showed me already where I'm going to be tomorrow. So I'm okay. This is where I'm at today. He's told me, and he told me where I can be tomorrow. But this is what they're doing. They're trying to buckle up and fight up against something they cannot change. See, truth don't need you to back it up and back it down. It's going to ride itself out. And that's what we as Negro people ain't going to get. Until you are destroyed, like he said. Deuteronomy 28. Until you are destroyed. Until you are destroyed. Today he said, did you hear me, Deborah? I said, wait a minute now. That's you up in there, ain't you? Yep. I said until you are destroyed. And I'm going to be the one to destroy you. Father's going to destroy us. That's a part of the judgment. And the curse. And we missed it again. Now watch this here. They're keeping up some chaos regarding the ban, the NAACP. Don't get wrapped up in that. Don't even let your mind meditate or even think second. It's a trap. All of our lives here in this land, all of our lives in this land of our captivity, all over the world, we have killed, steal, and destroy one another in the name of their art. And here it is, same way today. They use us against us. Always did. That's the only way they can keep us where they want us, is to use us against each other. And we don't have no problem doing that. Why? Because the curse itself allow you to know you're not going to defeat them. Ahia ain't gave you the power to. If he ain't gave it to Sister Deborah, he ain't gave it to you. He ain't gave you the power to defeat them. And that's where our problem is at. We think we got power. Just like I say, many people think they have the power to override the curse. And in their ideal of thinking that they have the power, the authority, the voice, the message, the everything, they curses, they disrespect, they dishonor the Father. Because they say to him, tell you what, I don't care what you said. I don't care if you can put us here, there, or anywhere. We're going to defeat your curse itself. Don't that sound like Satan? Y'all didn't think of that, did you? But that's what you call the truth be told. That's Satan himself. See how they acting? Just like your people on these devil platforms and out here today. That's Satan himself. Working through your people. Why? He said, devil, you better tell them. And I'm going to cover it here. He said in Deuteronomy 28, hey, just a small remnant. Just a small remnant. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. He's sending signs, letting you know. Go on, keep on cutting up from the floor up. Telling these people all this and all this and all the things that people are telling you. I'm going to get there. I'm going to go there. Everything people are telling you, everything on these devil platforms that they telling you, guess what? It's no spirit and truth in it. It's to deceive you. That's why they don't give y'all the glory in it. That's why they don't give him the praise in it. That's why they don't give him the honor in it. You see? They give the world and you, those that are to be deceived. Didn't know that y'all put you down here to be deceived. Because he knew that he had to wait a minute, Deborah, I got the deceivers down there. And I got to give them some deceive. Those that so they can deceive, Deborah. I got many deceivers down there. You remember Yeshua and all the prophets? Everybody been warning them and prophesied that many going to be deceived. Well, see, Deborah, if there's going to be many deceived, wait a minute. I got to make sure many are down there to be deceived because the broad gate got to get broad. It's got to be wide enough. Plus, I didn't enlarge in hell. Come on here, girl. Yah's will is going to be made because it was the way from the beginning. All this mess these people teaching you all, have a good day and a good night with it. Because it's taking you all over the place and you're going to be lost without, no, you ain't going to be lost. You are lost. Now watch this here. A man when I saw it, I only saw it twice with the NAACP. He looks every bit of 80 years old. Why are you speaking for the Negroes today? Sit your tail down somewhere. You had your turn. You ain't got nothing to say. You had your turn and you ain't do nothing with it. And you gonna buckle up out here trying to make something go on in Florida because this heathen want to talk about what's in the books. Who want them to put anything in the books? They ain't gonna never tell the true story. Wake up, people! Why would you even want these books to come to the schools to tell about your history when it's been lied about for a whole 100 years, maybe longer? You lied about your own history over in the promised land. Oh, you didn't know that, did you? You better go to Ezekiel 36. Y'all tell Ezekiel just that. So here you over in the land of your captives due to your curse, and you want to tell the captives and those who oppressed you for 100 years, put our history in a book. So this world, now watch this, y'all. So the world can know who we are, the true history. You's a fool and you's a fool and you's a fool. It's time for Babylon to fall down. Babylon has fallen, but to the debris. Why are you trying to make them do something and y'all finna tear their tails up? You talk like a sick fool. He getting ready to destroy them, and you sit here telling them, but you better put my information in the book so your kids can know who I am. You don't even know who you are. Because you've been in full denial of wicked and evil. See, let me watch this here. If that don't make sense to y'all, you better right now get off this page and go find a page that does. Because think about that. When you all fight up against y'all, you fighting a losing battle and you're going to get hurt. I'm finna read it to you, how you're going to get hurt, because he knew you was going to fight up against his curse. He knew it. You would think he would say, wait a minute now. They done went through enough. 100 years, they done went through enough. That's enough punishment. He said, no, Deborah, no, it ain't. How many times did I say come out of her? How many times did I allow that to be said? I said once. He said, what did I tell you? I already know they ain't gonna come out. So how you like me now, Deborah? How you like me now? I said, wait a minute, hold up, Father, y'all. That is so true. I like you. You sure did. You told him to come up out. Because during the time he said come up out, he's kicking Babylon all up in their gut. And he's telling you, hey, if you up in there, come on out. If not, receive what I'm putting down on her. So when you sit in your stupid tail thinking you're supposed to be fighting these heathens and Gentiles regarding putting who you are in a book, you's a fool and you one fool. Tell me, where is that in Deuteronomy? Where is that anywhere that somebody says you are? When you don't know who you are, because you never took on. From the Genesis to Revelation, never have you recognized my Father. Go it! Y'all sick. How many captivities he done put your tail in? You don't even know. But you want them to put it in your history book. In their it'll be their history book. It won't be yours. That shows you how gone they are. Until you are destroyed. And guess what? You there already. So that's why Sister Deborah's a living prophet, not a dead one, here to tell you, you gone. You gone. Oh, they took the prayers out of the school, baby. The prayers ain't never been in school. You know why? The Roman Catholics have been over school since the schools exist in this country. So why would you turn around and lie about prayer was in the schools and they took them out? Who cares if they take them out? Satan was in the schools from the beginning. The Roman Catholics always controlled the whole school system. What are y'all talking about? You done lost your mind. And y'all, let me tell you something. The truth is truly, like he said, a two-edged sword. It'll cut you one coming in, it'll cut you going out. So no matter what, you're getting cut when you're going out, and you're going to get cut while you're coming in. So how you like him now? So all this stuff about Florida won't teach your history. Sit your darn tail down. Y'all have sent his mighty servants down to teach you all. And you don't even hear them. So who's going to hear what you got to say about how black you are? And you was a slave. Who don't know you was a slave? They don't need to teach their kids. You know why? They already know. So why do they need to teach their kids? Do that make any sense? Oh, if you teach the kids will want to put you back in captivity because they're doing what their forefathers did. So what makes you think that kids need to know about who you are and you don't even give a rest behind about who you are? Because if you did, you wouldn't be out here killing one another. You wouldn't be out here murdering, killing your mothers and your fathers and your women's and having hate towards your women that is at a level of perpetual hate, just like the heathens have towards you. But yet you want the heathens to bow down to you. In your land, of your captivity. Let's go there. Let me say something else. Why would y'all? I've sat back and seen, say, too many videos showing every day. These things are happening every day. How people are cutting up from the floor. Do you really believe somebody need to know that you are the true Jews cutting up to the floor like that? You call yourself the true Jew. You the true fools. You are the true fools. You are the true fools, not the true Jews, baby. That's who you are. You just ain't recognize it. Oh, I'm the judge. I'm the judge of this darn nation. That's sad. You're not the true Jews. You're the true fools. You out here doing all this stuff in the world, cutting up from the floor, killing like it's a cotton candy circus. Disrespect, no mores, no standards. Men running around with their pants hanging out. Women running around showing their bodies like their bodies look like something. It's all over the place. Trying to get somebody to look at you. And you can't even look at your own ugly self. That's why you put all that mess on. Because you can't stand what you look like. You're trying to cover it up. But you want somebody else to look at you. Stop clowning. People are acting the fool out here and ain't nobody saying a cock and picking word. And I'm going to tell you what a disrespect. I'm going to go and show it to you. The reason why these people are disrespecting and dishonoring and have no respect for y'all is when you see this stuff going on and you don't hear no melanated or so-called Jews coming up and say, men, pull up them pants. Men, we need to stop killing. Men, we need to stop family. We need to do this. Women, we need to do this. We need to come together. We need to unify. We need to stop hating one. You don't see not one, not one, not one. Not one. And they think, wait a minute, Father, wait a minute. They really think you ain't got no power, don't they? I would be afraid in this day and time to not know about the power of Yah, because He's going to mess your tail up in the days to come. So you see all this stuff going on? You ain't seen nothing. Wait till it come in your house and in your neighborhood and around you, and you're going to think you're going to escape. You ain't escaping nothing, because Father said you saw it and you said you saw it and you done nothing. Because, long as it ain't in my house, but baby, it's coming to your house. Because from what He told me, showed me a little something in Deuteronomy 28. He said, Deborah, see, they think I'm playing. They think I'm playing. It is a small remnant. They think I'm playing. Okay. Politics. You got these Negro men. These Negro men. Is that coffee? You got this. You got any more? You got these Negro. Can I please have a cup? You got these Negro men out here talking about Biden and Trump. Let me tell y'all something. When I go over here to my store, here go Gina. She's the owner. Yeah, she got a couple of million. Here she go. Deborah, can you tell me something I need to know? What is Trump going to do? I said, he's going to cut y'all throat like him and Biden is best friends. Oh, you said that before, and everybody started thinking like that too. But you think he's going? Yes, he is. And all of y'all going to get your throat cut at the same time. Oh, Deborah, you think so? Y'all, she knows it. Want me to tell you what she knows? And that's why I say it's very sad how the heathens and the Gentiles know who you are in Yah. But your owns can't even see the servant of Yah working in the midst of them. What are they waiting for? You think He's going to come down Himself and bow down to y'all, sit down and teach y'all and show y'all Himself? He said, if you don't receive Sister Deborah, you ain't going to receive Him. And if you don't receive Him, you don't receive the one He has sent. How you like Him now? I love Him. Because when He speak that to my spirit, see, that's what I'm talking about, comforter. You know you in there. So, politics, and I hear these men on this devil platform talking Yah. Women too. Biden and Trump, they did that. What the crap? Do people realize where we at today? No, they don't. They could care less. I said that I think about 2.5 years ago. They gone. I was saying 80%. It's gone. 100. We're gonna get there. And everybody on this Democratic and Republican, which one that support black? Y'all so sick. They are all in it together. The power, the Satan's right hand. You know how I'm gonna show you an example. You know how in scriptures it's telling you about how Satan gonna give the power to the beast, and how he's gonna do with the how he's gonna disperse his power is his right hand power is the Roman Catholics. They had it all this time. So if you was talking about, oh, we had prayer in school and they took it out. Oh, they telling the wrong history. Baby, ain't nothing been righteousness in this country 100 years. So y'all lying. Y'all lying on top of lying. Because you ain't got nothing better to do but to lie. Ain't no prayer been in those schools. You don't even know what prayer is. Because if you did, you would know that wasn't it. Prayer is a prayer to the power of who y'all is. Thank you. Huh? Oh, well, that's okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. It still be good. Thank you. So the power, I mean, not the power. Yeah, the power. So when you talk about prayer, you need to know what prayer is. Prayer is not because you running your mouth saying you talking to the most high or higher. You ain't talking to no most high or higher because it's a spiritual. He said he don't deal with your nasty flesh. So how you gonna go into a school talking about you praying to the most high? Y'all, oh, they need to put prayer back in school. Baby, prayer ain't never been in school. That's how far from mindset your people are. Been gone a long time ago. Oh, they need to change the history book. Change your book. Change your book. That means go into your spirit and change your book. Because that's what you need to change. If you think your flesh can be changed from a book, you sick. Changing no book don't change your spirit. Changing no book don't give you eternal life. Changing a book don't save you. Changing a book don't redeem you. So what are you talking about? Putting something in a book so somebody will know who you are when you reject who you are. Long time ago, 100 years you've been rejecting what he has called you to. 12 tribes had turned down everything Yah has given them. But they didn't turn it down when they got to this land. You turned it down and act the fool in the land of floating with milk and honey. When you had it all. That's when you turned it down. And here these black men and some women, Biden and Trump, anybody on this devil platforms that is melanated, speak anything out of their mouth about Trump, Biden, Democratic, Republican, and any senators and anything, they are of Satan. They are of Satan's. They are the children of Satan's. Anybody that talks about Trump and Biden, politics, running for this, oh, this one did this and this one did that, you know that they lost. Because how dare you give one more than the other, and both of them plays with the right hand of Satan with the Roman Catholic rules and regulations. The underground power is the Roman Catholic. They put them in and they pull them out. They tell who's running beside them. Y'all, you got to cut up. You got to play it good. You got to make it look like this is because we got to fool these fools until we destroy them. Now they didn't destroy you. They didn't destroy you. You gone. They're gone. Everything's gone. I see so many heathens on these devil platforms trying to fight back. It's too late, baby. It's on. It is on. It's too late. Trump setting these fools up real good because he's going to connect with the Antichrist and the beast. He's going to connect real good. And you know what? The Father said, Deborah, ain't nothing hidden. I said, yeah, I see the light on everything. What I mean by that, I can see really good, y'all. I can see the spiritual aspect of everything. And just because the spiritual aspect is being able to see darkness, but see the light in it, meaning seeing really what it is, why it's hiding in darkness. You know already what it is. It ain't what the people can see in their natural eyes. You see in the truth of the whole matter of it. Okay, Trump, he's with him and Biden ain't got nothing against each other. They on the same team. The elites, the beast, the Antichrist, Satan's right hand power, which is the Roman Catholic that rules the whole world. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The thing that I never will have no respect for, and I'm sorry, I won't have no respect. No, I'm not sorry. Father, forgive me. I won't have no respect for the whole idea is this world, Satan, dominion, and what he's doing is so in order. It is so in order, but it's going still according to my Father's will. That's what I like about it. But it's so in order. It's following that word up and down. It's like, when, okay, wait a minute, he said this. So we got to stay in line with what he said. And we Negroes going around here talking about we the people, we the true Jews, and ain't lined up to nothing he said. Ain't heard no word that's spirit and truth. Ain't seen no light. And matter of fact, don't even know what direction the narrow gate is. Let those going in the direction don't even know which direction it is. Because we think it's in our own self-understanding. It's in our wisdom and our knowledge. That's where the narrow gate is at. Okay, keep on. Keep on thinking you got the Ruach. Keep on thinking you got the Holy Spirit if you want. Keep on thinking he live in you. You just keep on thinking that. The one thing you're going to understand, everything you think, Satan got it already, got your mind messed up from the floor up, because ain't none of your action matching what you say you have in you. Ain't none of your action matching nothing you say that you got in you. Now I'm going there. I'm going to Matthew 24 and verse 6 and 7. I just want to go into a little something here. In Matthew's 24 and 6 and 7. In Matthew's 24 and 6 and 7. And I'm not going to hold you long. In Matthew's 24, verse 6 and 7. In verse 6 it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. You see where S in the wars. And the reason why he said you're going to hear of it, because he don't want us to be deceived in thinking that the wars is the fear. He don't want you to think that. He don't want you to think, because you see wars and rumors of wars, the flesh seems to think that that's something to really fear. Oh, but you ain't seen nothing till the war of the Father judgment. Woo! In the days to come. You think you done seen a war? You ain't seen nothing. If you think it's something about nuking or bombing or Russia or China or United States, baby, that ain't got nothing on about what y'all about to allow to happen. While we sitting around here playing patty cake, bake a man with each other, trying to soothe people's emotions and feelings. Okay, baby. Hold on. Just hold on just a little while longer. Just a little while longer. Just a little while, Father said. Just a little while longer. Okay, Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. He's letting you know, y'all, we always had wars. Way back in Genesis, all the way to the Revelation. Wars all over the place. So he's letting you know that's not it. Don't get bit. Don't let them tell you Ukraine and Russia having the war. And that's what they good at. And you get these Negroes on here, war, no, Ukraine, and Russia's doing this to Ukraine, and Ukraine is, and Russia, see, still in the minds and the hearts of people. Getting their whole mindset to the left. Same thing with Biden and Trump. Pull them to the left. The left is the way to darkness. That's what they do, and they're good at it. So I'm going to give them that credit. But I'm going to also give the 100 to my Father for allowing them to have that time to deceive the deceivers. And the deceivers deceive the deceived. The ones that going to be deceived. Working hand in hand in this time. Okay? Okay. And it said that, but he said in verse 6, Matthew 24 and verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. He's trying to let you know that that's not the end. That's not how my Father orchestrated the end to be. But I tell you what, catch on to this. Verse 7, for nations not an S. Nation shall rise against nation. Now let's go in there. Let's go there. Nation. Okay. Nation is people, folks, crowds. Okay. Who is that? That's you and I. Heathens, Gentiles, heathens. People in this country here is going to be going up against each other. Now, let me tell you this. How is it that the Father can allow this to be here to warn us? And Satan and his get it real good. And they plan it for all this work. But you're doing Negroes can't see it. Instead, you out there competing nation against nation, killing your own people, hating on your own people, but thinking he come to get you. How is he coming to get you? How is he coming to get you? You know what? I'm going to tell y'all what I'm trying to say. When you walk around here and support people and get behind people and put them on pedestals, when they give you no food for your spirit, nor the light, the direction to the light, you know what you're doing? He said you're going to be for them. So you're going to be included with them when they get left. See, a lot of people don't even know that. They don't even know that. You're going to be left here. And I'm going to show you that in Deuteronomy 28. He's letting you know you're getting left. You see? Why? Because I sat there and prophesied. Yeshua sat here and prophesied. Different prophet didn't prophesy. Nation against nation, excuse me. That means people against people in their own country. Do y'all see how Satan trying to master the Father's will? Y'all can't see that? You can't see why this old Negro with NAACP or PCB or whatever sitting here trying to stand in the gap for the heathens to start a racial war? Why would you black people not to enter into Florida? Because this white man says that he's not going to allow the history of you to be in the book when you haven't even embraced the curse of you from the Father. Why is you entitled to have your information put in the book of who you are, and you have no respect for who y'all said he has placed you to be? But they supposed to bow down. Why in Deuteronomy? Why in this book that said they gonna do that? Why you in your land of your captivity? You ain't gonna find it nowhere. That's why you don't hear them talking about it. But they get out here and tell you that these heathens and Gentiles got to treat them a certain way. In the land of their captivities. Y'all don't see that that's not cuckoo? You don't see that something is wrong? Instead of you focusing on your own Yah, just shielding and protecting you from their stupidity and their ignorance and their hatred, you out here acting as hateful as they are. I mean, acting worse than they are. Said the Most High or higher. You want me to add that? Said the Most High or higher. And then you're supporting each other. That's why they don't come to this page. Because they don't want to feel hurt by anything that might cause them to question. Because they like the idea that I don't have no light. I'm in darkness. I want to remain there. I want to be able to say an eye for an eye. I want to be able to fight these people. I want to be able to tell them they need to say we the Jews. I want to be able to tell them to put it in a book. How foolish are you? What did it say they're going to start back bowing down to you doing it your way? You see? And you know what? The main scholars, so-called, and I ain't even call them scholars, stupids, will get on this devil platform day and night and day, make many videos throughout the day, telling you what all the heathens doing to them, but won't cover spirit and truth. And I mean spirit and truth. I ain't talking about white man marrying a black woman marrying a white man. That has nothing to do with spirit and truth. That's flesh. That's all they cover. That's all they cover. To get you to rear up with an attitude. That's all it's about. So this is why this old black man with the NAACP trying to tell black people he's going to apply for a ban so that we will stay out of Florida. You know what? I dare and one of you to look up what took place just a week ago, or this week and last week and a week prior, and go back 10 years and see how we cut up over in Florida. Come on now, y'all. Now we cut up everywhere. And the first thing people will say when they do it too, where is that in Deuteronomy that you're supposed to be caught up in what they do? We chasing our tails in circles like a dog, chasing our tails in circles. It's a judgment on us so heavy. And I don't see no reason why it shouldn't. I think it should be even heavier. Oh, and the Father said it's going to be. I don't need you to say that. It's going to be heavier. Because of the fact that we stand around here and we support these people on this devil platform talking about this world and living the way this world is. All up in her rectum. But won't come into spirit and truth and line up with the light because they don't have no light in them. They are not spirit and truth. They are not Yah's servant. They are not Yah's elect. So that's about right. Now listen to this. In Matthew 24 and verse 7, and nation shall rise against nations and kingdom against kingdom. Is that not what this country is doing? And we're looking on the outside. We want to talk about what China done, Russia doing, over in Israel, they doing this. Baby, look where you at. Look in your community. You can't even clean up your yards. You can't clean up your yachts. You can't build on your house, but said you built this country. How did you build this country and you ain't got sense enough to even clean or mow your lawn? Take out your trash. Trash all up and down all your communities. But yet you built the country. Come on now, y'all. They gone. They gone. And we're going to go over that. And Matthew 24 and verse 7. Nation against nation. It says, for a nation shall rise against nation. Right now, let me tell you what y'all need to be doing. Digging some holes in the ground and hiding your tails in there. Because it's on. That's what you need to be doing. Because if you think for 1 minute, nation against nation mean patty cake baker, man. Nation against nation mean he's going to allow. Yeshua is telling them what Yah is going to allow to take place here in this day and time in Babylon. And y'all thinking he's coming to get y'all. He ain't coming to get y'all during that time. No, you got to see this thing. Why? Because you denied it. The curse itself. So now you got to be in here and see the nation going up against the nation. You got to first see your own people going up against each other. I think Sister Deborah is the only one on this devil platform that speaks that. They can't even, because they blind. They so wicked and evil, they can't see that they're going up against one another. Our men can't see that they're going up against their children, the woman that brings forth his whole nation. He's so blind. So what type of hate that you pour out into your seed? If you got hate in your heart, when you birth that son, you birth that daughter, they're going to have the same hate against you and their own nation because your heart and your mindset is in your sperm. And you transferring it. You transferring it. And they don't have no problem with that because they think they're going to make a new kingdom on the earth. I'm telling you, our black men really think, oh, let's go get us some land in the woods. We're going to be away from the city. Baby, let me tell you something. You're the first one they coming for. Because y'all want to make a point with you. He's going to show you more than one thing. And everybody that's following you, don't mess with me. And I've warned you all. This is not the way I have orchestrated it to be on my side. You are not for me. That's why he's sending Satan in full force on your tail. And then when he send him on your tail, he going to make sure he just take out his small remnant. And he telling you he going to do that, but y'all don't get it. Y'all still think he coming for you. Okay? And it says in verse 7, nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Look, what is kingdom? Reign and it's dominion, rule. That's what's going on. That's why you see so many camps. They can't even get along with each other, y'all. You see so many churches, black churches, they can't even get along with each other. You see so many people in this woods and over in this woods, they can't even get along with each other, y'all. They can't. But yet they say they the true Jews. What do that mean? You the true fool. You the true fool. And you the true fool. You want to say you the true Jews, that's what you are. You the true fools. Because y'all ain't got nothing hooked up in no true Jews. Because that's still flesh. You didn't know that, did you? Jews is still flesh. What do he have to do with you being a Jew? See how sick they are? What do he have to do with your flesh? Okay. Here we go, kingdom against kingdom. Going back to what I was saying. Look on YouTube. Everybody is having their own religion, their own belief, their own way of seeing it, having it, all because they're caught up in their own flesh. So they go left, right, left, up and down. And guess what? They just going in circles, chasing their own tail. Because that's all they have left is their own tail to chase. Because that's what y'all gonna let them do. Keep chasing your tail. And when I bring this land down to debris, your tail and you is going down with it. How you like my Father in the most high heaven. Okay. Now, and he said, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And guess what, baby? Same thing in Deuteronomy 28. He said he's going to bring pestilence, plagues against the house of Israel. See? And y'all thinking y'all getting y'all tail out here swooping the coop. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. I'm a living prophet and not a dead one. Anybody have an issue with Deborah, you got an issue with y'all. And you know what? They know it. You just too dumb to know it. Okay? Now, earthquakes and pestilence in diverse places. Now, what I did come to, I said, okay, now. Okay. The reason why he showed me things is because I take the things that he showed me. This is what he does. When he showed me things, I take them and put them in the right slot. You see what I'm saying? I take them and put them in the right slot. Why do Deborah take situations that y'all show her and put them in the right slot? It's because he's given me the ability to get my flesh under the subjection to the spirit that controls me on the inside. And when he gives me things, I take them and put them in the right slot. So when I'm over here and I'm seeing these things that they're doing to the people and to the country, food, water. Wait a minute, Father. Guess who's doing this? This here is still being prophesied by Yeshua, by the prophets, as if Satan is making sure he do everything y'all said that shall come to pass. Let me say an example. I showed a clip yesterday about the lady was talking about the weather. You should have seen my little heart was so hurt. Because I said, Father, she posted this 13 years ago. He said, I've been trying to get you to understand, Deborah. It's over. It's finished. They thinking they just walking into a new light. They thinking they just walking into a new awakening. He said, Deborah, this thing been going on a long time ago. Probably as long as it been when they first got over here. This thing been going on. So they just like they say, hey, 100 years. They better look at that 100 years and look at Noah building that ark. See, Deborah, they didn't see that. See that? They didn't see that. They're not paying any attention to Deuteronomy 28, where they were going through some things before they even got over here. So they looking at 400 years. He said, but well, they need to bag that thing on back. This thing been going on the way that you all have been treating me and disrespecting me and dishonoring me and profaning my name. And the name is not a name out of the ugly mouth of a woman nor an ugly mouth of a man. Y'all better stand y'all tails down. My Father's name is powerful than that. And it carries power and weight. While you running around here with the name, what else do you have? Where is the power therein? Since you got the name right, I'm so grateful that he said it of judgment. Yeah, but they're going to come up here talking about, I did this in your name. I did this in your name. I did this in your name. I'll never forget when I was 18. I was almost 18. I said, what's the deal? He said, I ain't had no problem with what they did. I had a problem with the name they said they used because they ain't have my name. I never knew. What is he saying? Let me break that thing down to you because you're still lost without a cause. And then heard it a million times and don't know the truth of the matter. Okay, check this out. When it come down to judgment, they're going to say, I did this in your name. I did this in your name. I did this in your name. Same old mess they doing down here on the earth right today. The name is this. The name is this. The name is this. The name is this. Sit your tail down. That name has power. And you don't have it. He say, she say mess. There ain't no power. All these books, there ain't no power. These books can't redeem you. These books can't save you. Because if it could, why would we need the Ruach HaKodesh to come now to live in us? If we have everything in the flesh, what need for anything in the spirit? It don't make sense, do it? You see? They've been feeding y'all lies. And it's okay for them to feed your lies. Because what? Yeshua prophesied it. The prophets prophesied it. Y'all prophesied it. So it's about right. If they said it, we got to believe it. I know I have to believe it. I don't have no other choice. I'm seeing it every day. Now, the thing about what the people are doing as far as, let me show y'all some mystery. When you hear of nation against nation, Yeshua was telling this to the disciples. Guess who was doing it? Satan getting ready. Satan has did the work to get it started, so that the stupid people can fall therein. Which you see how your brothers are killing their women all over the world, and ain't nobody saying nothing. That's nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Oh, I got a camp over here. I got a camp over here. I got an academy over here. I got a church over here. You see how the black churches are all over the place. Nobody united into nothing, but they got the power. They got the name right. You see? When he said they went to heaven and they say, I did this in your name. I did this in your name. I did this in your name. He broke me in and out. Because I said, what was going on here? What's going on? Why did you say the way you said it? He said, because let me tell you one thing. I didn't have no problem with what they did. I don't have no problem with what they did. They did. But wait a minute, let me tell you one thing. You can go down there and fool them that you got the name. But I know. I never knew you. And furthermore, if I knew you, you wouldn't be up here telling me that you use my name to do your dirt. You see? So same thing on the earth. When people are trying to trap people, oh, I got the name right. The name is this. I know the name. Who in heavens created you to come down on the earth and have the name to the T and everybody else wrong? Then that means nobody on the earth have the Holy Ghost but you. The Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh but you. When he said greater is he that is in thee than he that is in the world, that means the name is within. Why should his name be fleshly spoken? And he is a spirit. No one ever questioned the people. No one ever think about it. Why would his name be fleshly spoken? Why? When it is a spiritual name. See, that's what they don't understand. You know that power that was in Genesis chapter 1 and 26? How could you know the name and you don't even know where the power is? Because you see, playing with people, deceiving people that you got it all wrapped up and wrapped down and you ain't got nothing but a bunch of ugly mouth. An ugly mouth woman and an ugly mouth man is always talking. He say, she say, he say, she say. She did this to me and she did this to me and she did this. She said this and she. Those are ugly mouth people who have no ruach in them of the Most High or higher, because they caught up in what the he say, she say mess. All this politics, Biden and Trump and all this old mess. But let me tell you a little mystery about Matthew chapter 24 and verse 7. He said, nation shall rise against nation. People who are full of the ruach should see that that's what Biden and Trump and the nation, this country, has been working on for quite some time, to get people against the people. And you want me to tell y'all something that's really sad? 90% people come into the store, they don't buy nothing, but they're heathens. Gentiles. And they already know that the system of this country is working extra hard to start a racial war. I know that. But you Negroes out there, you out here talking about we want a history book. What you gonna do with the history book when you out here killing one another? You hating on one another. You destroying one another. You're not taking care of your children. You're not taking care of your household. You're giving glory to fringes. You're giving glory to head wraps. You're giving glory to being submissive women, being submissive to you so you can be looked at as a king. How you in a king and you locked up in prison? You're in the land of your captives. You know what captives mean? You're supposed to be oppressed. Wait a minute, you know what captives mean? Why did y'all counteract, try to, like Satan? Same thing Satan do. Y'all say left, he say right. That's what these, your people that says Hebrew Israelite, we the true Jews, they counteract everything y'all have said in Deuteronomy 28. We ain't gonna be oppressed. I'm getting land, even if I got to steal it from everybody, let these people on YouTube pay me, which the fools do. I'm gonna get land, I'm gonna get this, and I'm gonna get that. Oh, I gotta give me a few singers, a few fame people who got fame, football players and basketball players. Oh, they rich. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna build up me a community on the earth. When did he say that? So either we are not who we say we are, or we are the people of Deuteronomy 28. It's either one or the other. And I can tell you today, before the year is out, they're going to deny Deuteronomy 28 till it's 40s. Because I already started hearing it. They're going to deny it. Because the only way that they can get out of the curse is to deny. And they can easily deny. They can make anything look good, sound good, like they doing. I'm a prophet. I'm sitting here seeing them do it. And the people are falling behind them by great numbers. Deceiving them by great numbers. And they going all the way in with them. They're going to have to bring down Deuteronomy 28 before it's over. And they already heading that way. All they have to say is that ain't us. That's all they have to say. Oh, that's not. They put their lies in there. They lied on us. We weren't supposed to go through this. We were supposed to do this. We supposed to have some land. We supposed to have some business. We supposed to have all of this and all of that, baby. Yeah, they cursing Yah. They ain't cursing Satan. They cursing Yah. They said, you said you cursed us. You ain't cursed me. I got money in the bank. I got land. I got houses. I'm running the multitude of people. I got a multitude behind me. I got a multitude on each side of me. I got a crew. I got an academy to teach. When he said you're going to be brought low, only one that's going to make it out of here is those that know that they are lost, that have saluted and said, Father, I'm waiting on you. That's something down deep in them, that when they say, okay, this is where you placed us because of what we did, I respect that. And I'm just going to wait on you. These people around here trying to, you in the city. I get out of the city. Get you some money, save you some money. This one man said, these people come talking about they want some property, they want a house, and they want a land. And he said, hey, they don't even understand. You got to save. You got to put some 401k. And you got to do all this with the system. You can't get nothing with no money. I'm sure that's what Beyonce and JC and Kanye and all of them are saying too. You see how you have to get it? sell everything about your spirit over to Satan. Satan love that when you can just give your everything to him. But you know what? He already had it. It was just a amount of time that somebody like me can see it. Everybody else is blind to it. Now, let's say this here. In verse 7, there's a mystery. Going back to what I just said. Nation against nation. How is it that the heathens know that this power in this country is trying to start a racial war, but the Negroes don't? How is it that the heathen know that the Negroes are killing each other and making themselves lesser in numbers? So when it's time for a nation to go against nation, how many gonna be on your side? You ain't gonna have Yah. You most definitely ain't gonna have Yah. You can hang that up. You can hang that up like a hat on a hook. He ain't coming your route. You ain't have no respect for the curse itself. Just the idea that this was him. You said and talking about, it ain't you. We ain't gonna live like that. We ain't gonna go that way. So when people run around here telling you, you better do this, you better do this, you better get out of the city, you better do this. No, let me tell you something, baby. When he come, what he gonna go get out of the city, huh? He gonna go get them because they got a crop. They got chickens and ducks and so on. So y'all's gonna come way out there to get you, right? Those are the true people out there. See how sick they are? See, the true ones is true in heart, in spirit and truth. It's not what you have in this world, in this oppressive land. It's what you don't have that he's coming for. Because he knows if you don't have, you're walking into. I'm talking about the lifestyle where these people been like this and their mindset is just set. I got what you don't, and he coming for me, and I'm going to be out here living it good until he comes. I'm not going to be around all that. Baby, that's a lie from the pit of hell. Guess what? The lady that was on that video, she was telling you they hitting you from the sky. And that's what I always, and when she said that, I was like, Father, I did a video on that. He don't give a rest behind what woods you in. They coming for you. And if you don't be up out of here by the time y'all come in and go out, baby, you are in the rectum of Babylon and you're going down. Okay. So what I learned in 7 today, y'all, that all these actions, nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. That's all the work of Babylon. Okay. They poisoning people right now as I speak, in the waters, the food, the air. I'm telling y'all, they got you. They got you, whether you know it or not. Because if they didn't, listen to this, y'all. If they don't have you, I'm gonna show you how they got you, is because he told them in Revelation to mark mines. Because they ain't gonna have mines, but they're gonna have the others, but mines they ain't gonna have. You see what I'm saying? They ain't gonna be able to just take what belongs to Yah. And people who say that they are awakened, baby, what are you awakened to? Stupidity? Because you ain't awakened to spirit and truth. You ain't awakened to see the marvelous light. You ain't awakened to nothing but acting a fool. Okay. Now, what I learned to 7, just as I brought it up today, I wasn't going to bring this out because this wasn't a part of it, but I'm going to show you what he showed me. He said, now, Deborah White, you sitting here telling them about nation and to nation. Those are people and people within the country they're in. So there is going to be a war, but not wars like the wars we see against nation to nation. He said that in verse 6 to let you know and then he dropped down to 7, letting you know, but this is going to be something that's going on, but it's going to go on within. See, America is going to come down from within, not from without y'all. See how sick they are? It's not from, nobody ain't finna nuke United States. United States finna get punished. All this stuff I see Satan them doing and the wicked are doing on the media, online, Negroes as well. I said, Father, how do they think they're going to get away with that? He said they have joined them, Deborah, and they don't see no problem with it. That's why you can see these ignorant old pastors talking about Donald Trump and Biden, because they in them. They in the rectum already. And they ain't coming out for you, and they ain't coming out for me. So let them stay there. Let them stay up in there. Do they do? But In verse 7, where he said, kingdom, a nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, famine, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. And then he turned around in 8. All these are the beginning of sorrow. And guess how they coming in, y'all? He letting you know that's y'all beginning of sorrow, y'all. They coming in through the heathens and Gentiles. Not the heathens and Gentiles, the people. Everybody. That's how these here actions is the earthquakes. They're not going to be like the earthquakes that Yah is going to bring down. It's going to be the earthquakes which the United Snakes did over in Turkey. That's why I said in diverse places. Now just imagine famine and pestilence, and then all of a sudden just earthquakes. Come on now. This is man. The lady was telling y'all about the weather. You can sit, Deborah can be on this Deborah platform all year long, telling y'all everything she's telling you. And how you already done seal, it's going to go in one and out the next. But what happens, Deborah, when you speak it, they shall see it come upon themselves. And that's the beauty of it to me, because it brings me comfort to know that the words that I've given you and I have suffered you to speak, they ain't coming back, boy. And don't you think that they will? Or they are. They ain't coming back, boy. So let them believe what they want. Let them receive what they want. But just let them go their way. Give them what I've given you. Give them what I continue to give you, and let them go. So here in verse 7, you all are seeing all man-made. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. Verse 7 is man-made. It's man-made doing. And that's why he says in verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrow. Okay? So when you turn around and you go into Deuteronomy 28, and as I went into Deuteronomy 28, I went into Deuteronomy 28, and I began to see something more added into my understanding. That everything, let me get there. I'm just going to go over a couple of them, and we're not going to. It made me see something very powerful in Deuteronomy 28. And that was Yah is showing his power. He's showing up and showing out right here in Deuteronomy 28. Okay, in Deuteronomy 28, and we're just going to start with verse 20. Watch this here. Just listen to this. We're going to do with verse 20. And we're going to say exactly what it says. And the Lord shall send upon thee curses, vexations, and rebuke in all that thou settest thy hands unto to do. Wait a minute. Father, now are you lying? Are you lying? That's what y'all are saying. Y'all telling y'all you lying. We can do anything. We can do any and everything. We put our hands through this. We're going to be successful. Here. We ain't think about no curse. And listen to this. Deuteronomy 28, verse 20. And the Lord sent upon thee curses. The Lord, who did this? Who did this? Yah. Yah sent this. Yah sent this. Who? Yah sent this. Yah shall send upon thee curses, vexations, rebuke in all that thou settest thy hands unto to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doing, whereby thou hast forsaken me. You see what he's saying? He's going to do it. So all these things in Deuteronomy where he's talking about destroying you, he's doing it. Listen to this. Deuteronomy 28, verse 24. And the Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon thee until thou art destroyed. My people are destroyed due to lack of knowledge, for they reject knowledge. And guess what? I'm not going to only reject them, but their children too. So you go back to here and you go to 28. Deuteronomy 28, 28. Deuteronomy 28 and 28. And the Lord shall smite thee unto madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. So your heart messed up from the floor up, y'all. Okay. Verse 29. And thou shalt go gop at noonday as the blind goppeth in the darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy way, and thou shalt be only oppressed, spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. So all the way through the end, it's called the end game of Deuteronomy 28. It's where every Negro, Hebrew, so-called Hebrew Israelite, true Jew run from. They'll never teach y'all. Y'all probably ain't never heard them on this devil platform teach Deuteronomy 28 end game. They ain't gonna teach it. They ain't gonna even go over it because they don't want to go nowhere near it. So nobody would know that we ain't coming out of here like we thinking, or we ain't gonna be, and we ain't got no business being where we think we are at. Because when we place ourselves a place that says, I made his curse a lie. See what I got? I made his curse a lie. See what I'm doing? I made his curse a lie. That's not true. You see? That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. So now we don't believe the curse at all. Only part we believe is that we came on the slave ship. That's it. The rest of it we don't take to. But they don't understand because there's no understanding in darkness. Okay? So what I did, how did I get to the where I'm at now? It made me go to everybody that has been sending a sign to every one of you all. And the Father said that the people would never listen. He said it ain't start with you, Deborah. It started way before you was born. That means others that came in to gate and threw light to people so they could see, and they never saw it. He talked to me about certain ones. Like, let's take for instance the Temptations. The Temptation had a song called Power. Okay. James Brown had a song called Goliath. All you have to do is listen to him, and it take you right back to this instructions and direction book. Okay. Michael Jackson, they don't care about us. Michael Jackson had a song, they don't care about us. Marvin Gaye, what's going on? Okay. And Prince, Signs of the Time, Revolution. I went to Aaliyah. I didn't get hers because I didn't pull it up. Even Tupac's, they have messages that they couldn't come out of the darkness, but they send messages to us as a people. And here today, we just as dumb as we were then and don't get it. We bypass everyone y'all has sent something through so we can see it. It didn't make that you look at them as angels. But when I first heard that song that James Brown sung called Goliath, I felt sad. I felt sad for Michael Jackson, seeing him making that song, and they don't care about us. I mean, everybody, y'all, these people been sending us all kind of light so we can see clear. Even though they were walking in darkness, they were still shooting out light. Why? Why are people giving us light? Because people who portray to be righteous and holy than thou, let's say all the churches, T.D. Jakes and all, they're not going to show us the true light. They're not going to show us the true light. They're not going to show us spirit and truth. They're going to role play, just like I was telling you about the Hebrew Israelite men and women today, especially these on the platform. Everybody wants to role play. They in there with y'all. Y'all don't think like that. If these people are not feeding you food for your spirit, know that they are Satan handymen and women. Okay. Now I sit back and I say, okay, now I heard James Brown, I heard Michael Jackson, I heard Marvin Gaye, I heard these people saying things, and they were sending, and even Tupac's, they in certain songs they were sending warnings. Why? Why were they sending me warnings, Father? Y'all, it's Deborah, because they were too deep in. They was too far deep in, but yet they still was sending out a warning. Even though Michael Jackson knew he was too far deep. Michael Jackson knew when he was going to die. They had already sealed him. Let me tell you what he happened. This is what the Father said. Let me show you. He said, go back to, let me show you what he said. Come on back. Where is that verse? What I'm saying. Let me get him. What I'm saying is that we are making things to be what it is not in Yah. We're trying to turn it. And he wants us to know that, he wants you to know that every last one, all the way back from even Prince, all of them, he say, you see what they took from them. They took their whole life from them by power. You see? Everything that they gained in life, everything, y'all, the same one gave it to them, took it back from them after they were dead. And even took their life as it, how would I say it? You see how Michael Jackson was just strung out on trying to get sleep and trying to get just the way life is supposed to be. They stripped him from that. And then when they left here, they took their power and their wealth. The heathens took everything from each one they murdered. Here today. And then you have the audacity to think you know something. You don't know nothing. Prince just all of a sudden died on the elevator. Why? Because they get tired of playing the game, y'all. But they didn't play the game so long. They have to get up out of here. So Satan has his way. Because they played in you know how I tell y'all, they go too far out in deep in the ocean and can't see dry land? That's what happened. Even though while they out in the ocean, they still trying to hold their head up to get a good breather. But they ain't gonna get it. They too far out. That's where the Hebrew Israelite men and women are today. They too far out there. He's not coming out to save you in that ocean, because you went out there with the whole mindset to curse him, to prove that his curse is a lie, to prove that everything he said in Deuteronomy 28 and other things is a lie, but you are made truth. And you deceive the people. Who did you deceive? Why deceiving y'all? People deceiving you is to take you out of the light of Yah, so you won't see light. So when you hear deceiving and being deceived, and you are a deceiver, deceiving many, is you taking people out of the light so they won't find the narrow gate. And all you have to do is take them out of light, bring them to darkness, and you know you got them. And that's what's going on in the world today. No one, you don't hear no men, no women discussing how they people are cutting up, how they killing each other, stealing and murdering each other on every corner of the whole world. And nobody's saying nothing. That means you're not against what they're doing because you're for what they're doing, because you are part of who they are. You see? But then they want to come into a newfound religion called awakening. Or we awaken. What are you awakened to? Stupidity? Because you ain't awakened to my Father's power, his glory, and his honor. You're trying to disrespect him every way and every chance you get by deceiving people. You have the beginning, the A to Z, and he has nothing. You're going to have his name, and he don't even have his own name. You got his name, but he don't even know his name. That's how low people's minds are at today, y'all. That's how bad it is. Say, for instance, how would Deborah think that she can say his name, but he don't know his name? How is it y'all don't know his name, but you know it? What do you mean? That don't make no sense, Deborah. Yes, it does. Because if greater is he that's in you, but yet he that is in you don't know his own darn name. So how can he be great and he don't even know his name that's in you? But this person over here don't even have the spirit, but they got the name. You see how sick people are? You see how sick? Claim it. I got the ruach. You ain't got nothing. He and she and all that old ignorant mess. Always keeping up trouble. Life ain't worth living unless you're keeping up a bunch of crap. Because that's all you know. And they lead people in that. They lead people to fly. Woo! That's what I love. But they don't understand that's darkness that you falling in love with. That's darkness that you falling in love with. Darkness is so easy to fall in love with those who don't know nothing about light. They fall in love with darkness. And they think darkness love them. That's the sad part. They think darkness love them. But just here in Deuteronomy 28, he's talking about you should have no power. But what's the power that these people are having to be able to have what Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kanye? Kanye is strictly Satan handiwork. All of them are, y'all. They couldn't make it, and this is sad. Look at all their wealth. It goes right back to the one who has taken their lives from them. All their wealth go. But look at Michael Jackson. A lot of y'all think his stuff went to his mother and his kids. No, it did. Nope. If y'all could really see the light. And that's all of them. But one thing I can truly say, I give the credit to what is due. When I hear certain things that they have said in a song, they dedicate the whole song to a pin needle, not even a pin needle, but a speck of some light. It's called hope. But they left here in darkness with no hope. But they left Sister Deborah something to share with you all. That even those who sits in darkness has shone some sort of speck of light so we can see where they sat all the time they were here. And the sign is that this is what I got called into and couldn't get out. So I'm singing this song so you'll know that they caught me in this. And this is my song to you. But these Negroes today, they don't hear nothing. They see nothing, they hear nothing. Because they cannot see and they cannot hear nothing but darkness at its highest. And anything that comes to help them, to give them a better look into the darkness and see light, they go the opposite way. And the good thing about that is that's a part of Yah's orchestration, the way he orchestrated everything, you know. And that's where people don't want to accept the power from his hand. It dictates everything and everything where it's going and where it's heading. I want to read one more. I got one more, and I'm going to be out. And that's in Deuteronomy 28. And I was just reading this, and it done something to my spirit. It did. It really did. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 61. And I'm going to go to 62 and maybe 63. Deuteronomy 28 and 61. Every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. Verse 62. And ye shall be left few in numbers, whatsoever ye were, as the stars of the heavens, of the stars of the heaven, for a multitude, because thou wilt not obey the voice of Yah. Now you see what he said? He already broke you down in numbers, y'all. Listen to this, 62. And ye shall be left few in numbers, whereas ye were as stars of the heaven, for the multitude, because thou wouldn't not obey the voice of Yah. You know what? That's also counteract everything these men run around here talking about. These women are bored and they babies, and then we ain't our children. We need to have more. Baby, you need to sit your tail down. You ain't never took care of nan one of them, not according to the Father. He said, train these kids up in the way that they should go. That was the first. That was the first thing men were to do with their children, and they have forsaken that for years. Even their fathers and their fathers. So it's a lot of things that they have not done, and they feel that they got the answer today, baby. You in the end. In the midnight hour. You ain't got no answer in this midnight hour. Your only answer is to throw your hand up in repentance and tell the Most High you have nothing left but to turn toward his face in righteousness. Verse 63, Deuteronomy 28 and 63. And it shall come to pass that as the Lord rejoice over you to do you good and to multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to night, and ye shall be plucked from off the land whether thou goest to possess. See why they sit here talking about, oh, we got land over here and y'all in the city. Y'all don't, what do they say? Y'all better get out the city. Baby, did you hear what he just said? He don't give a rat's behind where you go. You going down. Especially if you has this hateful, wicked heart and think because the flesh praise you and put you on a pedestal, you all that and something, you're going down. So I, Sister Deborah, hope you got something out of it, and go back and read and listen to part 1, and this is part 1 and part 2, until thou art destroyed. It's going my Father's way and his way on. Shalom and shalom.